What up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? It is Outlaw Radio. It's Thursday night. It is Activity versus Activism. Welcome to the show. I hope you all are doing well. It's your boy, the world class smartass. I'm in the building. Shout out to everybody who's supporting the show.
Right.
Riding along with us on this thing we doing. Happy to be here, man. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Man, I can't complain. It's Thursday, man. We finally got some good weather. You know what I mean? Still, if you live in Milwaukee, still keep your coat in the trunk because you never know. But I was happy to feel some warm weather today, man.
I know you was, man.
For sure.
Sunshine at your back, man. It is what it is. It's Outlaw Radio. On a Thursday night, it's been a crazy week. We have been all over the place, man. Thank God for what we're doing.
Yep.
I hope you've been watching us. I hope you've been paying attention to what we've been doing. I see my brother Kamar Carter in here. Hey, man, we still got this. We still going to do this. Brother, you already know we had a great conversation. And you know what's going to happen, man. It ain't going to be nothing but greatness. But other than that, like I said, it's Outlaw Radio on the Thursday night. It's activity versus activism.
What's the difference?
Let's talk about the issues at hand. Let's kick back, have a good time.
Yeah.
Hope you got a beverage handy. I have one handy. Let me take a sip of that right quick.
My vitamin water.
My vitamin water as well. What's going on, man? Hit like, hit share, hit follow, share the live. We are simulcasting as usual with our YouTube page and our Facebook Live.
Yes.
I look a little bit disheveled, but it's okay, man. You know, it's a Thursday night. I got to chase this boy around and make sure he gets everything that he needs to get done. Shout out to 3041 North.
Shout out.
414-810-3131.
5-star.
Right?
Yeah.
Shout out to DAMG Entertainment.
Yep.
Shout out to all the artists that were in the talent showcase that we attended last week. We'll talk about that as we go along.
Shout out to brother Tef. You're gonna be hearing more of his.
Oh my gosh,
what's
man.
up, man?
If you have not seen our series on YouTube, on Facebook,
yeah,
people thought it was just me advertising the show like I normally do.
Right.
But you gotta click on that link.
It's
man.
a link. Click on it.
Black and white, man. It's the beginning. It's episode 1 of our series, man. In which we went into it about race relations. And we switch up the topics here on Outlaw Radio.
But if you're from the 414, man, it's a must see.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
It's a must see.
So let me know that my audio is good. Let me know everything is popping. Let me know that you can hear me and you can feel me. We're going to get into this tonight. It's going to be very deep. I am the world-class smartass Kevin Barnes, a.k.a. the Negro Whisperer, but I'm not alone. I got my co-host with me. What's popping, bro?
Brother, talk to teach, listen to learn, the truth, transfer engineer. I'm awesome the most, asshole to many. You decide.
Right. It is what it is, man. It's going to be what it's going to be. We're going to do what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time. We're going to open up this weekend like we normally do on Thursday nights. Start talking about some shit that's relevant in the mill and start talking about things that are important, the things that Black people care about, because that's actually what we do on this show. Look forward to our upgrades coming soon. We getting a lot of love from people. We getting a lot of activity.
Y'all have no idea.
Yeah, it's going down, man. It's going down.
Ground floor, get in.
Right, and be on the lookout for the Warrior Report with me and my brother Kamar Carter.
Yes.
Where we get down to the essence about how we should be eating, what we should be eating, how do we deal with what ails us.
Wow.
My brother's heavy on that.
Hey, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
I have my listen to learn hat on for that.
Oh man, and you know you're welcome to come on anytime.
That's
so
what's up.
you know it's growing, man, and I'm happy that it's growing.
Yes, sir.
I thank God. I don't know who you praise. I'm about God. I'm about the Trinity. You may not be about that, but it's not about who you call that deity or that entity. It's about as long as you believe and know and accept the fact that it's something bigger than you. And if you don't know and believe that, then I question, who you are and what you are and where you come from.
Yeah.
So without further ado, man, let's get into it, man.
Okay.
Hit like, hit share the live. Let people know it's going down. It's Outlaw Radio. Unbossed, unbought, and unbothered. We tend to do whatever we want to do on this show. We're unfiltered. We can say what we want to say. We're not affiliated with anybody who would be able to stop what we do, right?
No.
So we can say whatever we want to say. We're going to take care of this business. We're going to inform our people, and we're going to have a damn good time doing it. That is the trademark of Outlaw Radio.
Real talk.
See, doing for the people don't mean you're not having a good time. You know what I'm saying? It's about having a good time while you enlighten your people. You keep a smile on your face, right?
And at the end of the day, we need to have more laughs than cries.
Yeah,
right?
man.
You know
yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
So
you look back on those moments and string them together, and then it made up your life. You know what
right,
I mean?
man. So shout out to my brother Hatef, man, who did an incredible job.
Man.
Incredible job. I can't even stress it enough. He did an incredible job with episode 1 of our series, Outlaw Radio, the series.
Absolutely.
It's on our YouTube page. I've shared it. It's on my personal page, Kevin Barnes. It is in the People's News Network, which is my Facebook group.
Mhm.
It's on the People's News Network channel that we have. I have a page for the People's News Network.
Yes.
Man, there's all kinds of ways you can support the people. Shout out to LA Loran Allison, my partner who I grew up with, one of my OGs.
That's what's up.
He'll be here Saturday night kicking the Woolly Bobos with us.
All right.
Chopping it up. So if you're into that,
all right.
Just two brothers from the hood who managed to get through all of the madness. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's going to be what it's going to be, man.
Do I need to call some of your Bobolink people too and bring them over here just even out the crowd a little bit?
Well, the homie ain't got to go through the background check, but if you're from Bobolink and Flores, you might have to get questioned, right? We might have to test your urine, right? Right? We wouldn't want you to see the business end of a heavy calibered handgun.
Right? Unless he remembers you from when, went back his Bobolink
when I was over there showing them the way. I take this act on the road. But no, man, we had a great time last Saturday. We were in Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. We watched, there was a lot of artists from Milwaukee who came up to Green Bay for Brother Dante Chestnut's
yes, sir.
Music showcase. Man, and I put the lives of a lot of the performances on.
They're up there.
You know what I'm saying? Just, because his brothers out here who's still trying to make it with this microphone, man.
Couple of them gentlemen, talked about coming on the show too. So we might see some of them doing an interview here, sometime soon.
Yeah, we don't get boxed in on our show.
No,
that's what I'm saying. We don't get boxed in. We refuse to be pigeonholed.
Right.
We're flexible. As a man, you have to be flexible, right? You got to be able to get into different positions, if you know what I mean.
All right. What show is this?
It's Outlaw Radio. It's activity versus activism, man.
Okay.
I want to shout out once again to my brother Kamar Carter.
Yeah.
We got something special coming, man. Y'all, they never seen us coming, but they're going to realize after we gone, and they'll be able to say, where'd that truck come from?
Okay.
Right? It's a truck full of knowledge. So now it's time to fight the knowledge and get high off the revolution.
Hey.
Not a revolution that consists of burning buildings and breaking windows and getting young black men shot down in the street, which we're already doing.
Right.
It's really about a revolution of the mind, because in order to deal with this beast that we're up against, you have to change the way you think about the situations. Because if you change the way you think, you'll change the way you react, right?
Sometimes, in addition to that, we get into a syndrome that's called, what I like to call, brushing the mirror, right?
Right.
And so you look in the mirror, you don't like how your hair is, you try to change it by brushing the mirror. That ain't gonna work.
Right.
What you need to do is you need to fix yourself, and what you'll see is what you see in the mirror will change.
That's right, man. Share this live, man. Share this live. Let the people know it's the 414's definitive imprint in terms of social media and this podcasting thing, which is right now on fire in America. Everybody has a microphone. Everybody has live. Everybody has social media. Everybody's going hard, man. I see my boy Wayne Richards on Facebook. What up, bro? He said, let's get it. You already know we getting it in tonight, man.
Yeah.
I feel good. I hope y'all feel good. The weekend is coming. You'll get a day off work. You get to tell Mr. Right-Off, I see you Monday. Mr. Right-Off is what my mom would call a white man, because she told me when he would ride up in the cotton fields, he'd be right off his horse and on your ass. So that's why they call him Mr. Right-Off, right? So it's going down, man. We're gonna pop off tonight. We're gonna talk about a lot of different things. I want everybody to know, if you're in the chat room, we got super chat on YouTube. Clearly clever, man. You already know.
Right. We was waiting for you to come
said
chime
Big
in.
Pimpin', clearly in the house, right?
Welcome.
I hope Clearly went to our YouTube page and saw the first episode, Black and White. It was about race relations in America. My brother Hatif, man, I can't even say enough about the way he chopped up the show. And it was a labor of love, but it was damn sure a labor. The way he did it was beautiful, man. I have to take my hat off to that brother because of what he did with our show. And if you haven't seen it, if you are a fan of Hidden Colors or all these documentaries out here that talk about race relations and all this kind of stuff, and the best thing about it is he showed that everything we talked about on that show was based on facts.
It was pertinent.
Right.
Right.
It's based on facts.
For sure, man.
So, we had lyrical footnotes, man. So please go to my YouTube page, man. It's Outlaw Radio. It's the People's Network. You can get there.
Black and White.
Black and White.
Black and White is
one.
the episode. Episode
man,
one.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful, man.
Search that, man.
Man, let me know how y'all feel. I feel great, man. I feel real good. I feel empowered because people, there's unity in the way we feel. It's not always unity in what we do, but it's unity in the way we feel because we're all pissed off about what's going on. Right. But we've touched on the topic and said, but it's still cool for you to be happy. It ain't wrong for you to smile. It's good for you to have a good time, man. Happiness is a part of your health.
You're going to get sick.
Right.
If you know what I'm saying? If you're angry, mad, hurt, and downtrodden all the time, raise your countenance.
Pissed off.
Yeah.
And that's why hypertension and diabetes and all these are stress-borne diseases, man. These are diseases in particular when we talk about diabetes and hypertension. It comes from holding all this stress and strife and thinking you got to walk around all the time with a me mug, to quote the great E40, I got a mirror in my pocket and I practice looking hard.
Hey,
right?
hey.
Right. So you got to know about it, man. You got to know about it.
And if it's somebody out there that's telling you need to be mad all the time and angry all the time and you can't never have no fun,
smile in their face.
Check their medical records, right? Because they probably sick too.
Or smile at them and say more power to you, right? More cushion for the pushing, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, y'all can let me know how y'all feel about these topics we're going to discuss. Please don't hesitate to chime in.
Please chime in.
And if so happen you decide that you want to call, I have a number for you. So all you got to do is tell me what's the number, and I'll give it to you. Just in case you shy, it's 414-231-9982.
We only got one rule.
414-231-9982. And the only rule is what?
Be respectful.
Besides the disclaimer, which is, the opinions expressed on Outlaw Radio are solely those of the motherfucker that said it. So know who to be mad at, man.
Yes, sir.
So what is the latest issue that is divisive in our community? Right now, if you're from the mill, you know what I'm saying? Right now, what we got right now is we have a situation where we're divided once again about solutions. And we like to do solution-based radio.
Solution-based radio.
Right. Yeah. And my brother Kamar says stress is literally cancerous. I already know. And that's what I'm saying. It's okay for you to have a good time, man. Turn on the television, find something you want to get, a book, get a hobby, do something, get rid of that energy.
You gotta have a happy place,
right.
man.
You gotta have a happy place.
Everything in balance, right? You see what I'm saying? The truth is always somewhere in between. Yeah.
And right now in Milwaukee, what everybody's is because, number one, let's say this. We have a mayor who is very divisive in his methodology, not necessarily in his message, because his message will tell you that he loves everybody and Milwaukee is a city of inclusion. It's not.
No.
The term, the origination of the term Milwaukee is a city of illusion, not a city of inclusion, comes straight from my mouth. It's something that I said a long time ago.
Okay.
It's a city of illusion, not a city of inclusion.
Not at all.
Meaning that classism is real in the city.
Yes, it is.
The income disparities that we deal with are real. There's a definitive line between poor folks and people who have a little something in our city. And everybody's pissed off because you see all this money being invested downtown. You see scam a lot. See, I'm going to give y'all something. I like to have on our show what I call Google moments, right?
Right.
Here's a Google moment. Google Tammany Hall. Google Boss Tweet. You will discover the origination of civic corruption. You will discover fat cats who were living fat off of the proceeds that came, and none of it was going back to the people, right? The 4 points, watch the movie Gangs of New York and all that kind of thing. Knowledge is power, man.
Right.
And if you know better, you'll go better.
All right. I like that.
So yeah. So get down. Look now, right. Downtown, they've made a mint. We've even seen the strategic corruption of our leaders in this city, right?
Oh, listen, I like that. Say that again. The strategic corruption.
Strategic corruption. Because it's in certain places, in certain departments.
Didn't just happen.
No, it was strategic.
Strategic.
And don't believe that everybody down there has not partook in this in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Please don't tell me that you don't understand the way this thing works. You know what I'm saying? Have money will travel.
Right.
So that means if I want a skyscraper downtown, there's some pockets I have to fill up. There's some wheels that I have to grease. And what happened is here we saw that the communities that people of color live in have been ignored. They've been mistreated
strategically.
Right. They've been subjugated, man.
Yeah.
There's no way you can have a project 5 minutes away from a $500 million stadium, right?
Right.
And a team that right now is threatening to be charged by the NBA with a luxury tax because the payroll is so high, 70 million, I believe, or more.
Here's the thing, black and brown people that live in Wisconsin. What you have when you're talking about this mayor and even the governor, you have somebody that is in position, and their job is to make sure none of your money, none of your tax money gets spent on you.
Right.
The money, because you worth $1, whether you, even if you're in prison, right? You bring them revenue.
Oh yeah.
And what is their job, the mayor especially, right? Because he's right here and he does a great job of making sure that none of your money gets spent on you or your schools or your children or anything like that. But they will take your money and go build another skyscraper they can use to get richer and give them more power to keep you poorer.
I see my sister Shaquilla Morrison watching.
What's up?
What's up, my sister?
Yeah,
how you doing?
Yeah.
Beverly Williams, my sister, who I just talked to via Messenger today, has some very important knowledge that needs to be shared. We've already talked. She's going to be on the show.
That's what's up.
Man, look, we're going to pull the curtain back, man.
Hey.
It ain't my job to tell you how to think. I just want to give you the information. I'm going to let you make your own decision. So if you turn around and say, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, fuck them.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Excuse my language, man. I get riled up. But yeah, man, we're going to put anybody who has any pertinent information in regards to what's happening to us as people of color. Please, you're welcome. Shout out to 3041 North.
Yes.
Shout out to DAMG ENT.
Man.
Shout out to the Get Motivated, Get Healthy Facebook group, Miss Serena Brown, teaching the people how to eat, man. We got to do better. Knowledge right now is available because it's supposed to be the information age, right?
Right.
So you can tap on. We all got these computers in our pockets.
Libraries.
This information superhighway that we paying Spectrum for.
Come on, man.
Or whoever it is that you're paying for access to it. Get on it. Google some of this bullshit. If you want to understand why Mayor Barrett is able to make these moves that he makes in which is supposedly one of the poorest cities in the country, it's about tax incremental funds.
Come on.
It's about him borrowing against the property tax levy.
Break it down.
It's about that. It's about a city that does not generate enough tax revenue, so they turn around and overtax the citizens that live in it. We're still paying taxes on the Brewer Stadium. Miller Park was supposed to have been done.
Why are we still paying that tax?
Why are we still paying it?
Why are we still paying that tax?
And why, if that's the case, then why can I drive through certain neighborhoods and there's blocks and blocks and blocks of vacant retail property, burnt out houses? The kids have nowhere to go, right?
And they ain't trying to make nowhere for the kids to go, because you know where they want the kids to go?
Prison.
Jail. Prison. Yes.
Right. School of prison pipeline, baby. It's in full effect.
But let's open the eyes. Like let's give a damn about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's do that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Clearly Clever said LA had an entire street literally just 10 feet high of trash and rats. Hey, it doesn't surprise me.
Where was this?
LA. You know, clearly Clever's from the West Coast.
Right. But let me tell you,
the West Coast.
The people that's running the show, y'all elected leaders,
right?
They ain't got none of that.
2020's coming.
Yeah, they ain't got none of that. They ain't got none of that where they live, though. Go drive by where they live.
The question that I ask black people all the time: oh, you mad? You pissed? What you gonna do about it? Because I say this once and I'll say it a million times. Most of the leaders downtown voters, man, and we got to boot these some bitches out. To quote the great DJ Quick, we're gonna boot it now, arch your ass to the moon, right? We're gonna kick you so far out of Milwaukee that you won't remember your way back in 2020.
And
man.
We got to do something different.
That's right.
What we're doing ain't working.
Right.
Let's come together. Let's stop fighting. Let's at least call a timeout. You know what I'm saying? Until we get something achieved, and then you can have your little petty squabbles and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
But to think that you on an island, don't you understand? Divide and conquer. Division helps them.
Right. And let's not do like we've always done. Because black people get into an argument about the argument. We're not arguing about this shit. We know that this the spinning is uneven, right? Shout out to Westside Zeladon. I see my homeboy.
What's up?
He's from the West Coast, so him and Clearly Clever could probably have some very, very intelligent, right, back and forth, right. I see Zeladon watching us too.
That's what's up.
Make sure y'all chime in. Go to our YouTube page, man. The People's Network, Outlaw Radio. I'll put the link up. You can share it. You can go there and you can subscribe, man, and you'll get alerts. We got to make the 414 accountable, man. We have to establish a footprint for our city, right? And the one thing we don't have is we don't have a visual imprint because, that's the one thing about Milwaukee is We talk a lot of shit, but when it comes time for us to do something, don't nobody want to do a goddamn thing. And I'm not talking about throwing rocks. Let's get past this shit about we got enough weapons and we got enough guns to go and take on MPD and all that.
No, you don't.
No, Obama made sure that your local police department can turn into G.I. Joe at any given time.
Real quick.
I always quote the great Outcast. Now, while we ranting and raving about gats, nigga, they made them gats. They got some shit that'll blow out our back.
That you don't even know
from where
about.
They stay at.
Real
right?
talk. Real talk.
T-Brad, I see you in the building.
But a lot of people, especially in Milwaukee, they talk about, the uprising or unrest that happened over in Sherman, right?
Right, Sherman Park,
the fires and what. But I don't like people to talk about. It bothers me for people to talk about that without talking about the reason for that. Why were people upset? Why were they? What was their unrest? We had somebody that got killed.
I saw them kids making the cops run.
Yeah.
I saw them kids. I was there.
Yeah.
We were there.
Yeah.
Shout out to my old Outlaw Radio Chocolate City crew. We left. We got off the microphone and went down to where it was at, man.
Yeah.
We was gone. We went right on. We wanted to see it up close and personal. I saw the kids make the riot squad scramble.
Right.
So MPD can tell it all how they want at the station house. I saw it.
But the tragedy wasn't two burned down buildings. The tragedy was that a mother lost her son. Right. Those if you go by there right now, those buildings are bigger and better than they were before. Right.
And the only thing
that mother still ain't got her child back.
The only thing that's rebuilding Sherman Park is the goddamn gas station that got burned down in the first place. Right?
That's it.
Coinky dink.
Hey. And again, it's bigger and better than it was before.
Right.
Them Arabs. Did I say it right? I usually say
Arabs. Black people say Arab. It's Arab, right?
The Arabs. You know what I'm saying? Didn't miss a beat.
No, they
still there, right?
And they stays full. They stay
busy. Full. Hey, with us.
Right.
Spending our money.
Roger Zeldin said you got to give. He said you got to give a shit first, and you got to know where to start. Chris Townsend is in the building. Shout out to my brother Chris.
I see you, see.
He said, don't nobody show up to press that issue to the proper people in power. All we do is talk, no action. And he said the same motherfucker stop right there. My brother, I totally agree with you. I think that there has to be more of a spirit of, that's why I named the show Activity versus Activism.
Right.
Because it is summertime in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a very short summer in this city.
Listen, you'd be good if you get 3 months of warm weather.
Which hell, it just stopped snowing last week.
That's what I literally.
Right. So everybody want to kick it, right? It's time to kick it, man. It's Jazz in the Park, it's Summerfest. It's the festivals down at the lakefront. I mean, so people want to go out. Now that's activity, summer activities. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna take my girl. We're gonna go to Garfield Days. We might stop through Juneteenth, get us some corn,
turkey leg.
And we can catch it before it closes. That shit's only an hour.
No, listen. If you don't get herded by the
by the MPD,
like sheep. Yeah.
Well, hurry up, nigga. we gotta get to the Festa Italiano.
Yeah, don't get too loud. That sniper got the red dot on you.
Activism is different from activity, but activity and activism is the same thing. So I say this all the time: activism without activity is a hollow pursuit. Which means
faith without works.
You're gonna go to every candle burning session. You're gonna go to every vigil. You're gonna go to every kind of get together, and you're gonna hoot and holler and carry signs, but you ain't gonna vote. You're not gonna go downtown and bang on the door and say, Barrett, you on some bullshit. You're not gonna go to your alderman and say, we expect more from you, right?
Right.
You won't do that, but you'll go to Summerfest. See, I think if you vote and you're active, you can go to Summerfest.
Okay.
Because if Morris Day and the time come to Summerfest,
hey,
I ain't never been to Summerfest, but I be thinking about
you ain't never been to Summerfest.
I've never been to Summerfest in my life.
Listen, if any of y'all got pictures of him at Summerfest,
send them. $100 for anybody can have a picture of me at Summer. I didn't say the Summerfest grounds,
or Mayfair, either one.
See, you bringing up Mayfair. That's how they do you, right? That's how brothers do you, right? Chris said it's funding for the same the city don't give back. Right. Well, they don't.
No.
Because you know what's important to them? It's important that those white people in the wild counties, the surrounding areas, the suburbs, can come on down here, have a good time, be protected, and get their asses back on the expressway and get the fuck up out of town.
But let me ask the question: how many of us didn't know that?
Right.
Right. We know that, right? But like you said, see, nobody does anything about it. We can't get 12 brothers together to jump off the curb. You know what I'm saying? So
case in point,
we got to do better.
And this is one of the things that was brought to light on our series, episode 1 of our series, Black and White.
Yes.
Outlaw Radio. Once again, shout out to brother Hatif. I'm sorry, I don't
Hatef.
I don't know his production company. You can go on there and you can watch it all.
The credits are there. God's son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They there. Just you read.
But there's a part in there where we talked about MPS and we talked about WCLL. That's all in there, man. We left no stone unturned. Right?
Yeah. I just hate that a lot of people couldn't tell that was a link. They thought it would click it. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Watch the whole thing. It's 33 minutes. It's 33 minutes, man.
Let me tell you.
Go and watch it and tell me how you feel. Give us constructive criticism. But we were talking about MPS. We know Michael Bonds, who is the longstanding president of the school board. See, the school board is an elected position that's elected by the people. You have to get votes to be on the school board. He was the president.
Right.
And he got federal charges, indicted, convicted, and telling the next day. Ratatouille. Right? You didn't even have to get this brother no chicken. He went to saying everybody's names. But guess what? Our school system has been screwed up for a very long time. How many of us who have children who attend MPS actually go to the school board meetings?
Crickets.
How many MPS teachers, children, go to MPS? Attend MPS?
That's a brilliant question.
I'm a former MPS teacher.
Yeah.
And I can say both of mine do. Both of mine do. But people say, "Carol, that's King and Golda." It don't matter.
It matters.
We made that. We made that decision as parents, my wife and I.
I understand.
They're not going to where it's bad. That we're gonna put them in the best that it has to offer.
That's right.
Because public education is very, very, very valuable. Your city is only
real
good,
education,
right?
Yeah.
Because education, the school system produces tomorrow's leaders.
Yes.
So if we're not teaching our kids vocational education, if we're not giving them a real way to survive, if we're not giving them a way to get with this supposedly high-tech workforce, and the excuse is that, well, they're not ready to enter the workforce, right?
Stop it.
Right. Are we teaching them?
So let me tell you something. We are resilient.
Okay.
Listen, don't listen to them tell you about us, right? We are already doing things. Only thing is the things that we do, we run their companies, right?
Right.
The same way when we was the house niggas, we ran their households. So then to turn around and say we are not capable of running our own, to me, is absolutely ridiculous. When you start giving praise and honor to the first black this and the first black that, and no disrespect to the one that's enduring it and achieving those goals, but there's really nothing special about it because it's just the first black that was given the opportunity. There were many more that were capable and didn't get the chance.
That's right. So when it comes to Black Milwaukee, like I said, let's not argue about this. We don't got to bang out on each other all the time, man. All we got to do is get united. Teamwork makes the dream work. And one thing we don't have right now is solidarity. And that's what kills us dead because, like I said, every other race has solidarity. We're the only ones who don't get together when it's time for us to get together. Look, black people are famous for partying. Revelry is one of our greatest assets. We can celebrate. No, don't nobody party. Well, except for maybe college white people, because in college, I'm telling you, white boys go hard.
Yeah, but you know what? they don't do like us because we'll go to a 2-year-old's birthday party, right?
And turn it out.
And the 2-year-old's birthday party will be banging until it's time to put them to sleep, and it turn into a whole nother thing,
because somebody going to show up with some Crown Royal. So all the grown people going to be in the back. Don't nobody party like black people.
It's a space game that gets started, you know what I'm saying? And so, we make it happen.
Right. So we get lit, as the young people say, about the wrong thing, man. And we need to get lit about the right thing. Let's take some barbecue grills down to City Hall. Let's get a permit.
Listen.
Let's take them barbecue grills down there and get the ribs popping.
I'm with that.
And get the drink going.
I'm with that.
And let's get all of that, right?
Listen, and party right in front of their face.
Right. And we're going to stay down there until Barrett come out and say something of value, not the normal kind of, bullshit that he throws us and throw us a bone and say, hey, things are looking up. Bullshit, Mayor Barrett. They're not. Have you not seen the Stolies? Have you not seen the pursuits that still happen? The murders, the assaults. This still is a hub for sex trafficking, right?
Listen,
and y'all just opened a new strip club downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, son.
Have you seen the 53206?
Have you been through 53206?
While you telling us shit is good and it's great, I'm gonna just say personally, and this, again, no who to be mad at. Mayor Barrett, you suck.
Well, as a mayor, yes,
as a matter of fact, you swallow. You're deplorable. It's terrible.
No who to be mad at, right. I try not to reference another man swallowing, but then that's not me. That's Brother Jason, right? Check out our YouTube page, man. The People's Network, Outlaw Radio. Hit like, hit share the live, man. Chime in. This is interactive. You know, we want to know how people feel. It ain't just about us talking.
No, come on, let us know.
We will talk until somebody else say something.
Real talk, but we open to perspectives, right?
Yes, sir.
Because I always understand that you can be sitting on that end of the table. I'm sitting on this end of the table. You see the 6, I see the 9. Neither one of us is wrong.
Right. So if you want to call in, I got a number for you to call. 414-231-9982. It's Outlaw Radio on a Thursday night. Activity versus activism. Everybody's upset because it was fear the deer. And then we're going to talk about the Bucks getting their asses handed to them too by the Raptors.
This is not for you.
Right.
This is not for you, Chris. This is not for you.
We'll talk about that too.
Listen, don't do it.
Right. We'll talk about that too. We got to get the most important stuff out the way, man.
Yeah.
We have to talk about topics that Black people want to talk about. The problem that I see right now is a lot of outlets that we have don't talk about the shit we actually want to talk about. Look, Black people don't give a shit about Kardashians, right? We don't give a damn about Kardashians, right? We don't inform our people on how Mayor Barrett is getting his money when all we've been ever told is there's no money for this. There's no money for that,
Your school has to close.
Right. But Mayor Barrett found a way with them tax incremental funds, $40 million for an extension, $5 million for a station over here. And this is like where I'm going with the split. Finally, the Common Council has balls.
No. They have a ball.
One ball.
They just one ball, right? We waiting to see if you really have balls, right?
Just one ball.
Good posture at this point.
Right. They are finally. And Bear's getting mad. God damn it. We need a resolution. I'm trying to get the Democratic National Convention. We need this extension. Barrett, you knew that there was an extension needed when you spent that $68 million to get this trolley, right? And if, first of all, that trolley has to serve a purpose. If it's not taking people to where jobs are, then it's useless. If it's not taking people, but the problem is the surrounding counties, in particular, the wild counties, Washington, Ozaukee, and Waukesha, they don't want our Black asses out there.
They don't, but they want our money.
You damn right.
If they can build a prison out there and get that money for each prisoner that's in their community that's housed, they'll take that, right? Listen, here's the thing, though. Karma, I believe in karma, right?
Right.
I do believe in karma. So when you get somebody that's doing some bullshit like that, when like Reagan, right? Reagan did a lot of bullshit, right? And so
the great Republican hero.
So when it comes to the point that he has Alzheimer's and can't even remember that he was the president, you see what I'm saying? I call that karma.
Right.
So hardship that you brought to hundreds, thousands of Black people and families here with your greed, you bastard.
I will tell you this. Every time you pass up the chance to be active about something, it creeps further and further closer to your front door.
Yes.
So when we talk about gun violence, when we talk about activism in terms of getting with our young men and getting with our young women and giving them what we fail to give them, which is a sense of accountability, some morality about how they should be conducting themselves, what they should be looking out for to avoid being part of this prison, the school to prison pipeline.
Yes, sir.
You just increase the chances that that'll be the son bitch that robs you or yours one day coming out the gas station.
And listen, no tears. You did it.
Right. No crying in baseball.
Directly or indirectly, like be responsible. Right. I believe in karma, so I don't have a problem.
If you're new to the show, it's your boy Kevin Barnes, the world-class smartass. I'm in the building on the Thursday night. This is how we often open up our weekends. Saturday night is always a son of a gun. And we'll be on Saturday night. We came on a little late tonight at 8 o'clock. Saturday night,
CPT.
Yeah, we'll be on Saturday at our normal time. I am the world-class smartass, a.k.a. the Negro Whisperer, and I'm in the building with my partner. Shout out to Javon Terry. Happy birthday, homie. 7th bit of that is big brother from another mother.
Yes,
right, happy birthday to him. He's always riding with us. If you're new to the show, don't be alarmed. Do not try to attempt to adjust your social media network. It's been overtaken by two brothers who got some shit to say.
Hey, for real, for real.
So, yeah, man, I don't want y'all to get twisted and don't let the media lead you astray and don't get all caught up in. See, the devil is in the details.
Oh,
right. And that's where he exists because details can oftentimes become confusing. So if you get to the point where you say, well, I wanted to go to Jazz in the Park. Let me explain something to you. There's a lot of Black vendors at Jazz in the Park who are there to make their money.
Real talk.
They're down there trying to sell some corn, some what you call them, some crafts, some fruit, whatever it is, some ribs. They're trying to make their money as well. So if we don't go, then we let them down.
Well, even when you start talking about that's true, and when you start talking about the National Democratic Convention and all of that, like it's coming. We're not stopping it. Let's get together, people. let's figure out a way to make it work in our favor. We're resilient, man.
Even if we don't do nothing but get a T-shirt that says "fuck them" roll across the front.
No, but we have to put the rent because it needs to say "fuck them."
Nobody can do that Cuban shit except for you. Nobody can do that except for you. So I'm here to let y'all know, man. Here's a voice for the people. I really don't give a shit about being accepted by the masses. I'm only concerned about what my people think. I'm a lifelong Milwaukeean. I was born and bred here. North Side stand up all day, every day. Hey, if you're not from the North Side, or the East Side, I feel sorry for you because, you don't really understand the things that they put us through. I lived through the crack generation. I survived the crack generation, I should say. Mm-hmm. I know the games that they played with us. I've watched the deterioration of Milwaukee public schools. I'm a former MPS educator. Mm-hmm. I've worked in social services and education for the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. I've been up the hill and down the hill. Well, one won't do, the other one will.
Hello, somebody.
So I already know this game. Yeah. So it's very little that they can tell me in terms of the powers that be about how they put us into this box and then tell us, pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. You guys don't work enough.
I hear that music when you
say right. Once again, my brother did a great job. Y'all gotta check out our episode, man.
If you've seen it, you'll understand the joke.
Episode 1, Outlaw Radio, black and white.
It's just one. Right. It ain't a trailer. It's the whole episode. It's the
whole episode, man. Y'all gotta check it out. It's beautifully done. And you know what? I'll put it up again after the show. My brother Wayne Richards on YouTube, because we're live on YouTube and Facebook as well. We simulcast. This is what we do.
Snap. Armor Fletcher. It is good to see you. How you doing? A close friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You listen, I'm glad you're tuning in. That's what's up.
Right. We got a lot of love out there tonight because people want to talk about it. Yeah. Because black people in this city, honestly, right now, hold on, let me give Wayne his credit. He said we need to stay in for the right thing. Totally agree with you, Wayne.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. We need to stand for the right things. There's a lot of people right now who's saying, damn, man, I kind of want to go to Summerfest. And I don't even know. I think LL is coming to somebody. I'm not,
No, wait, you wouldn't go see LL?
No, I'm the hip hop snob.
I'm the snob. You got to go
see LL. I'm the hip hop snob, but I don't do LL.
Huh?
I'm not, LL. Look, let's argue.
Yes, that's worth an argument.
Let's argue.
How is you the hip hop snob and you not respecting
LL has his place.
Ladies love.
LL has his place. Now, if Kane was coming, your boy might be thinking about getting a ticket or something. I'm just saying.
If Kane was coming, he'll be bringing L his beers.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe L could open for Kane or something. We don't know.
Stop it, right? Big bank take little bank.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I play with my balls, and when my mama comes in, I put them back in my drawers. I'm just playing.
No, he ain't. No.
Outlaw Radio, man. Unbought, unbossed, and unbothered, man. We say what we want to say. Yeah. We have no filter. We get into this knowledge. We get into the things that black people want to talk about. It's all about what you want to hear. Do you want to continuously see the buffoonery that we, because they sell us hard on the buffoonery, like
we buy it hard too.
Yeah, well, because we're all cheerleaders for foolishness.
Most of us are.
Yeah. I see Black nationalism, Ron. Yeah, he and I have been Facebook friends for a very long time.
What's up?
So he's a lot of people didn't know how to get into contact with the show, so we may have a lot of new listeners tonight who just haven't, because I guess I'm selfish with it. I haven't put it up in certain groups or whatever, but it's time for this thing to go how it goes.
It's going. It's already, it's going. We got momentum. We doing this thing, man. Yeah.
So it's like Kane said, even if I stutter, I'm going to still come off. Right. I had to throw a shot at LL, right? And we'll get into some hip hop news. I wanted to really address the elephant in the room right now, which is just now starting to become summer.
All right.
And black people don't know what to do right now.
Wait.
Because they want to be. See, black people here are fed up and they are sick of it. You have to understand the way Milwaukee is set up. Milwaukee is a very unique group of Negroes.
Right.
We've been downtrodden so long that the morale in this city is low. Like black people here get a little something, and they gone, right? I'm getting the fuck up out of the hood.
That's real. And
right. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, but you got to give back. Unfortunately, they don't come back and do the right thing. Right. But we talked about the weather being warm and all of that. So I wanted to address the fact that Memorial Day weekend, there were 0 homicides.
0 homicides.
And that was the first time that
6
happened.
People still shot.
Right, but they didn't die. Right. And so we celebrate that here.
Right.
But I did want to ask you, so what is it that happened during Memorial Day weekend that we can harness? Can we put it in a bottle? Can we spread some of that a little bit over the weekend on every summer, every 80, 90 degree day and try to keep some of our children alive?
I certainly hope so. I certainly hope that people start to understand. And I say this to my street cats. You know what I'm saying? Because at once upon a time in my life, I took a walk around the block, right? I
Mhm.
got off the porch. My mama let me go off the
Yeah,
porch,
a
right?
couple times.
Right,
Yeah.
a couple times. Okay, maybe I stayed gone, right? You don't get no money when the block is hot, right? Keep shooting and looting, stealing and killing, robbing and dealing. Ain't nobody making no paper. Put the guns up.
And somebody gonna tell.
Right, of
At
course.
the end of the day, somebody tell it.
Right.
So watch out.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
Every time.
So whenever there's no violence, and I'm here to tell you, when we stop shooting each other, when we stop killing each other, we'll stop going to jail at the rate that we do. Number one, because they'll stop over policing us. Right? No, they will. And I'm saying I lived through a situation where at one point in my own neighborhood, we put the guns up. We stopped shooting at each other. We stopped killing each other. And brothers went to get money like 90 going north. And I probably shouldn't be encouraging cats to do illegal business, but it's not like if you're doing it, you're going to stop anyway.
What stopped it? What changed?
Somebody shot somebody.
Right.
Once that gun came back out, well, nothing happened.
But don't you realize, like, because I know you like to call me a conspiracy theorist, right?
You are. I don't call you that. That's what you are.
But here's the fact, and I don't. Here's the thing, that's not negative to me, because how many conspiracies
I like it
turned out to be true, right?
Right.
And so even when we're talking about, a lot of times when we have that peace and then we have that shooting, a lot of time that shooting was motivated, and it wasn't motivated by us. It was motivated by an outside hand, right? Because peace is not profitable to them.
No, it's not,
especially in the hood.
If you really understand that the prison system is an intricate part of Wisconsin's economy, if you really understand that every time you get into that system, you are fortifying some town up north that used to be a dairy town.
Right.
We don't lead the country in producing cheese and beer and all that milk and all that shit.
It's not the dairy state.
No, that's first of all, they're auctioning off dairy farms at a high rate right now.
Right.
They're bailing out.
It's the nigga in prison state. Right.
What's keeping those towns afloat is the prisons.
Yes.
And everybody in those prisons work in those towns.
Yes.
And they're sending their children to colleges.
They get jobs
on the backs of our misery.
They get revenue.
Right.
We get prison.
Right. So welcome to the show. It's Outlaw Radio on a Thursday night. It's activity versus activism. You know, which side do you find yourself on? Y'all tell me which festival you thinking about going to. See, I'm one of those dudes who would just prefer to barbecue at the crib and going in the house. I play some oldies in my driveway and then it'll be over. First of all, I don't like large crowds.
Right.
So I'm not one to just go to every festival. I don't want to be seen like that.
Right.
But I think people have the right to do so.
But your kids want to go to State Fair.
And they've been.
You see what I'm saying? No, so we old enough. Like, and here's the thing: a lot of times we don't have the desire, because guess what we did when we was younger? We went to State Fair.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We went to the fair.
That's right.
So let's not deprive the kids of something that we were able to enjoy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So let's not get divided about it. Let's get together, man. Let's make something happen. 2020 is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't allow Mayor Barrett to come in your church and shake hands and kiss babies. Tell him to kick rocks. And especially because most of our churches are in the worst neighborhoods.
Right.
And those churches have very little interaction with the community. Now, I seen something today, and I got my brother on here, and I got to ask him about it. I got to talk with him about it, because I know your background is in faith. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you.
Yes,
Let me know if y'all got something y'all want to discuss. I see people watching the show.
Please.
I see a lot of people interacting with us.
Yeah.
We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. This is what we do. It's Outlaw Radio. We are the people's choice. We are the underdogs in this
say that
game.
Again. Right? I like that.
People's choice,
just
man.
rolls off the tongue.
Right. People, mature people, grown and sexy people.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what Blueface did last week. Nor do I give a shit. I don't give a damn who cheated on the last Kardashian.
No,
I don't give a shit less.
Not at all.
Right. I'm more worried about what's happening to my people.
Real talk.
In this community.
Yes.
So go and like our YouTube page. Subscribe to it. Hit love on this live, man. Send me a friend request, man. I got a bunch of people.
Yeah, he like to see all the bubbles and hearts.
Man,
and
thugs need hugs, man. Thugs need hugs, man. And thugs in Milwaukee need security and lawyers. So if you're a lawyer, please contact me. Right? But this is what we do on Thursday nights, man. We're gonna keep y'all long.
Yeah.
It's already 9 o'clock, so an hour, almost 9 o'clock. So and we usually don't do more than an hour and 30 minutes, man. But share the live. Hit like, hit follow, tell people, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. I seen some real spit on Facebook finally.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. I like that.
Yeah, man. It's a labor of love, but it's damn sure a labor. And it takes teamwork to make the dream work. So shout out to everybody who supports us and who keeps saying, no, Kev, keep doing that, man. I love what y'all do.
Yeah.
Go to 3041 North, schedule your latest event, 414 810-3131. Mr. Terry is an incredible businessman, and he's on our side.
Go in there and look around.
Yeah, it's
like
$1 million
it'll blow your mind. It'll blow. Listen, just go check it out.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Get motivated, get healthy Facebook group with Miss Serena Brown telling y'all how to eat. Holla at my brother Kamar Carter. He's on WNOV.
Yeah.
He and I will soon be doing the Warrior Report on here on the People's Network, man.
Yes.
So it's all the way live, man. Milwaukee is active. Don't let nobody. It's still black people in Milwaukee.
Listen.
Hey, well, guess what?
You don't watch too much Fox 6.
Right. So you're going to learn today, right?
Don't learn too much.
Right,
but I didn't want to avoid the question.
Well, I want to get this thing about Jesus, though.
Yeah, so
I was going.
Yes, sir.
Because now, and I have a Facebook group called the People's News Network. Find that on Facebook. Just join.
Very informative.
Where we're talking about if you go to church, how does the church support therapy? Is it about Jesus or is it about therapy? For so long, because now the church can't tell you to go and take antidepressants if that's what the psychiatrist or the psychologist prescribe, but then tell you don't smoke no weed if it calms you down, right? They can't tell you that. And if they do, it's misguided information.
Right.
So, and even the biblical scriptures in this article talk about Jesus saying at one point that he felt really bad about some things that had happened.
Mm-hmm.
He was dealing with the pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was dealing with it. So I'm saying, should that message be adjusted because we have mental health issues in our community so tough right now?
Mm-hmm.
And we know right now we have a lot of underserved mental health people in our community walking around untreated. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not funny. If you think that shit's funny, wait till it's your uncle or your auntie out there.
It won't be funny.
But now, how should the black church adjust this message when it comes to how we should deal with depression, how we should deal with suicidal thoughts, how we should deal with feeling useless and feeling like I just don't give a damn no more. I'm about to go over here and do whatever. At least I'll get 2 hots in the cot, which in itself is a mental health thing. Mm-hmm. So how should the church adjust this message when it comes to dealing with mental health in our community?
Well, you saying adjust the message, and here, in my experience, and please, there's always an exception to every rule, right? So this is not everybody's experience. If you have a different one, feel free to share it. But to my experience, the church never addresses mental health in the first place in order for there to be an adjustment. They're going to tell you to pray.
Right.
They're going to tell you the fact. They're going to give you some scripture, but they're not going to make it tangible to everyday life. When I was in church and I had the opportunity to be in a teaching position, I used to love to hear what the people wanted to know about. And believe me, they would ask me about dinosaurs, and they would ask me about abortions, and they would ask me about the thing. And I would go, and none of the preachers, none of the elders, none of the big had legitimate answers to these questions. You see what I'm saying? And one of the reasons that I'm don't practice anymore, but they never address mental health.
Okay.
Right? They don't even acknowledge it in the church.
Right.
It's the devil. Everything is the devil, or you ain't praying enough, or you need to tarry, or you need to give more, right? You need to tithe more. You're paying. So they never address it in the first place in order for them to make an adjustment. But they should.
Right.
But you'll notice that most of the changes that happen in the church are always financially motivated. And if you think that they don't change, that's a lie. Because they'll sit up there and they'll tell you God don't change. But I've been in church where red dresses were frowned on. I remember when caffeine was unacceptable, where fake nails and wigs weren't allowed in the church, right? You see what I'm saying? When gay people couldn't lead the choir, right? See, those things started affecting finances, started affecting membership. And so all of a sudden, God has a different idea now. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so I'm saying if Mayor Barrett comes to your church and your pastor lets him come in, and you ain't seen Mayor Barrett in your neighborhood since the last election,
that should tell you something.
Raise your eyebrow at your pastor. Right. And if you really want to get kicked out of there, tell him to open up his books because you want to see where your tithes is going. Right. You won't be a member very long.
Well, I wanted, yeah. You go hard on them. You go hard on them. And you know what? That's fine, because I don't think you should do anything or accept anybody else's truth unless you can question that individual. And I don't think you should just follow people blindly. I'm one of those people who say, think for yourself. Develop some kind of independent thinking skills, some critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
Stop taking. You don't have to accept what somebody says. Maybe he's read a few more books than you, or maybe he's seen a few more documentaries than you. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of brothers done went crazy off YouTube. They become revolutionaries off some goddamn YouTube. I ain't following it. I ain't drinking the Kool-Aid, man. It's Outlaw Radio on a Thursday night. We having a good time, man. It's activity versus activism. The Bucks got their ass kicked. It turns out that Toronto did not fear the deer.
No.
It was
they had venison.
Right. Well, I hope they got the itis from it, so Golden State can beat that ass. I'm a Golden State fan.
Yeah. Oh,
anyways,
really?
I always have support. I like Golden State. I just wanted the Bucks. We've been praying for a winner in this city, and people say, "Well, how can you even be revolutionary or progressive and you cheer for the Bucks?" So I'm trying to tell you, Milwaukee needs some good news. It's too much. We lead this country in all of the most negative categories possible. How can we ever raise the morale of the people unless we start getting some good news, man? We should have higher expectations. You get lowered expectations when you live in Milwaukee. You expect it. I always say it's systematic and it's systemic. How many times has some bullshit ever happened and the brother said, "Well, that's just how it is in the hood."
You'll get used to it.
Right. Why aren't we saying it's some bullshit? We need to change the hood. We're not saying that because we have lowered expectations and we don't expect nothing. That's why we don't get anything.
Real talk.
So the Bucks lost. I thought they had a good run.
Listen, at the beginning of the season, nobody expected them to do what they did.
Finish fourth in the East.
So come on, man. It's all right. It's all right. And here, don't think that you can come and be a revolutionary and talk about cats in Milwaukee and you shouldn't root for the Bucks and this, that, and another. And you gotta but you root for a different team, right?
Right.
Listen, stop it. There's nothing great going on for black people in Philadelphia. Or you know what I'm saying? So stop with all that.
Killing us in Boston.
Right. So stop with all of that. I'm greater.
It ain't so gravy for black people in Toronto as quiet as
well, okay, right. So understand that the distraction, and I say this, you know what, y'all? I'm guilty. I still sometimes get distracted by the distraction.
Oh, yeah.
But I understand that it's a distraction.
Yes.
And it's for fun. And so for those of you who get very emotionally attached, brother, we rooting for you. We want you to feel better. I understand your team didn't make it, and it brought out a lot of anger, but we rooting for you to get better, my guy.
I like how you using this platform to go at somebody personally. I don't have nothing to do with that.
Names. He knows.
The Bucks.
I got the mic. I got the mic. Let's do it again next time. I got the mic though, right?
The Bucks they had a good run. To go from the 4th seed, people thought you would be 4th in the East. You finished with the best record in the NBA.
Yeah,
you were the 8th seed last year. You haven't won. A progression of ascending to a champion. You usually don't go from the 8th seed to the NBA Finals the next year. And as a great player, all the great players have lost. Hell, Magic lost to the Celtics. Isaiah lost to the Celtics. Jordan himself lost to the Celtics and the Bulls.
Shit, even Toronto.
I mean, I'm sorry, Jordan lost to the Pistons. I'm sorry,
but even Toronto lost before this year, right? They got bounced out a few times. So I expect Giannis to show up next year with a jumper, at least a mid range.
He got exposed.
Yes, he did.
He got exposed.
Yes, that spin move, bro, is great. Yeah. They caught up with it
until Kawhi Leonard is standing there like
the claw.
Right. Give me that. Give me that. Get your hand out of my pocket. Right. So yeah, man, that's a done deal. Now Jason won't agree with me on this, but I'm gonna say this first. I love football. A game of football saved my life on many different levels. And shout out to my brother Wayne Richards because he knows this to be true. And I'm sure it did a lot for him as well. We were actually college football teammates. He's on the YouTube checking us out right now. But I'm the NFL. You are pushing me to my utmost limits. For you to go, first of all, Bosa, who has all these tweets, these racist ass tweets that you put up, and then they signed the most notorious racist lineman this week. I don't know where that's coming from. I really don't. That's not something I'm subscribed to. I don't know where that's coming from. I really don't. I don't know where that's coming from. Somebody's hacking it.
Can we screenshot that and talk about it later?
There's an offensive lineman. He is horrible. And when you talk about the fact that Kaepernick never got another shot because of his activism, and you look at, I'm gonna get this white boy's name. He's horrible, man. He represents
Scott.
This
is just another horrible white boy.
No, he was retired actually, and the Raiders just went and signed him. And I wish my boy Zeladon was here because he could tell me. I'm gonna get his name. But he was at a black man who played for the Dolphins years ago. So bad where this brother almost wanted to commit suicide.
Okay. Right.
And I should know his name because he was in a very infamous fight years ago when he played for the New Orleans Saints. I'm gonna get his name. I got it right here. I'm pulling it up on my computer.
Right.
Y'all bear with me. And he had retired. So, this is one of the most racist white dudes you'll ever see. He half nigger or something. He called his ex-teammate. Let me get his name.
Here, I feel like
Richie Incognito.
All right. Who?
Richie Incognito.
Okay.
Right, which is a very ironic name. Richie Incognito. He's just the most racist. He's horrible, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the NFL goes and gets him. The Raiders go and get him out of retirement and sign this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just crazy that you don't sign Cap back. You've got Incognito, right? I got it, brother Wayne. But this dude has nowhere near a football field. He should be nowhere near a football field. But the NFL has continuously given us the middle finger as a people. And I seen a message from the NFL PA to their players today that said, save your money. A strike is coming, right? It's coming. And you don't have, you got to do something about it.
The NFL is looking, they're looking at baseball, right? These cats get guaranteed money.
Right.
You know, they're going to be playing until they in their 40s. You see what I'm saying? Not to mention, you can go get them out of high school, right? And sign them to a deal. They're looking at that. The NFL is looking at the NBA. Again, more guaranteed money. You see what I'm
man.
saying?
So I love football, but I'm here with the NFL, man.
Listen.
I'm here with the NFL.
Yeah.
And I'm a Packer fan. I ain't going to lie to y'all because Jason just said sometimes I get distracted by distraction. It ain't no distraction. I meant to watch the Packer game. I ain't missed the Packer game since I was 8 years old. Me and my father and I.
It was a distraction.
It was. And it's a ritual that I just can't let go.
Ain't mad.
But I'm telling you,
laugh about something.
I am so pissed off with the NFL right now. I'm so pissed off with the NFL. I don't even know what to do. And people can point a finger at the Packers, but it's all of them because there's no real black owners.
Stop. It ain't just, it's the whole NFL.
They just hired a whole wave of new coaches, young coaches, and very few of them were black. So the NFL gets the duck sick. And that's a very old term. I shouldn't have to explain what it means. Yeah, man, I'm pissed off with
Say it 16 times fast. You'll say it right one time.
Mike Tyson done messed around and put his hands on WAC 100. If you ain't up on that, WAC 100 is a hip hop manager. He's the game.
I want to see that.
The game's man. Well, they ain't released.
I want to see the. I want to see
it
because he's great. Because he reported the shit like he was hanging in there.
Well,
like
he showed his pain pills.
I ain't received nothing. Though.
Right.
Yeah, you know, he really went back at
Tyson.
Mike, right?
If you don't know, Mike Tyson has a podcast called the Hot Boxing Podcast.
Yeah.
And WAC 100 is infamous for just being very controversial and saying all kinds of off the wall shit
about Pac.
He was very critical of Tupac. He was saying Tupac wasn't a gangster and this and that. And this.
Tyson ain't having that.
Right. Well, Tyson, we all know that Mike Tyson had a special relationship with Tupac.
Boy. Right.
So allegedly, now I don't know if they're saying this to promote it. WAC is kind of ain't no put the footage up. Put the footage up.
I want to see it. Put it up.
But supposedly Mike Tyson them put them hands.
The 50-year-old hands. I want to see them 40-something-year-old hands.
Well, he put his pain pills up and he said, well, Mike's still fast.
Right.
Mike's still fast. Right.
But Mike ain't even down with that no more. He smoked
Mike is a weed head.
And shit.
Right.
Not just weed. What's that?
You just talked about it. The God molecule.
Right. Lord.
Well, he said
so you did some research, right? Because I didn't say that part.
I seen it though. When you told me. I ain't seen it before.
So he on some other shit. He trying to find the answers to life. Mike is like he don't even like the old.
Well, he found the answers on that
Mike.
Ass, right?
He don't even like people who like the old Mike. You see what I'm saying? But listen, apparently, if you talk about Pac, he'll bust your ass.
Well, hey, it takes that. It takes if that's your homeboy, that's your homeboy. And when somebody disrespects him, man, it should be hell to take to the captain.
DMT, I think it was.
I can't remember. You knew it all the other day.
Well, yeah.
Once again,
water.
Shout out to brother Dante Chestnut, man. We had a great time at the music talent showcase that he had. There was a lot of acts there. They're all on my Facebook page, man.
I gave up carrots, dog. I just gave up carrots, man.
Right. Craziness. I had a good time, even though it wasn't
man.
Like, I'm the hip hop snob, so I'm all about that old school '90s boom bap hip hop. But just to see these youngsters, man, out here trying to spread their wings and make lemonade out of lemons. I enjoyed that. Shout out to you if you was there.
Real talk.
I know KT Killingham, who's been on our show. He was there. He performed. He has a project out right now, so it was good, man. We had a good time. And I want to thank Brother Chestnut for for bringing us in. Oh yeah, clearly clever. You talking about G-Funk? You talking about the West Coast? Oh yes, that's me. That's the soundtrack to my youth.
I thought you was an East Coast head.
Well, I'm that too, but then when it comes to that G-Funk, boy, let me tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I go in with that.
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna hear. Most of my music is West Coast, Bay Area. You know,
Big Daddy Kane be rapping over them West Coast beats.
Kane came before that, though. You got to understand. So you got to get your hip hop timeline out. Kane preceded the rise of the West Coast.
Okay. Kinda.
Oh, Spice One. See, he's going in.
Kinda. Oh, come on, Snob.
Compton's Most Wanted, all that, man. MC8, man. I ain't got to bring out the chain. Yet. Because we ain't going hip hop like that. Don't do that. We reserve that. And I just want to touch on this because we ain't gonna keep y'all all night. It's almost 9:30.
Okay.
Too short. You right, man. Come on, son. Like Oaktown, the Bay Area.
No, listen,
E40.
stop.
Come on, right? DJ Quick, like that. Come on, like stop.
Listen, classic shit, man. Right. Took hip hop to a whole nother.
Clearly, Clever's from the West Coast, so he know exactly what I'm talking
about.
Love,
man. Right. Love that. I'm from here.
I'm just saying
that was the shit I was on.
To watch that music that I saw. And then think about where the music that I
come
from. It was something else.
Yeah,
it was something else, man. And we used to the show used to be music based. Like I used to play all that stuff until I realized you don't own the copyright, so you better
holding us back.
Turn that shit down, right? So we'll come back to that sooner or later. Some terrestrial station will say we want a real host, so they'll let me come on and play what I need to play. But I did want to touch on the Milwaukee NAACP.
Oh, I was waiting for you to mention that.
There's a very important article that I put up in the People's News Network about the irrelevance of the NAACP. I'm gonna go ahead and add the Urban League to that.
You did
as historically relevant organizations that fought on the front lines for us, and we know here in Milwaukee, the NAACP and the Commandos who supported Groppy and Lloyd Barbie. And through that whole thing and that battle for open housing, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Look up Groppy, a white dude who looks like
Father Groppy.
He looks like Woody Allen, but he's probably the most important civil rights besides Mike McGee Sr. because nobody's over Mike McGee Sr.
Right.
But he's probably the most important
in this city
in this city that we had. So
I remember my mama telling me stories about
my
so
mom's marched with Groppy as well. So
the dude was real. He did his thing.
Right. So now and then there's in this article, Fred Royal, who's over the NAACP, says they have a membership of about 60 when they have about 800 members, but only about 50 of them are active.
What you doing with that 50?
What are you doing with
it?
He said he doesn't get paid to do this. And by the way, he's running for alderman.
It's a lot of people out there that's doing something that ain't getting paid to do it.
Right.
So stop with that bullshit. Here's the thing: in NAACP, you missing in action.
Right.
Shame on you.
Right.
Shame on you.
Right.
Here's the thing: you got a building, you ain't even got to. Why don't you have the name?
You don't even have a sign up. You don't even know where it's at.
You know why? Because you don't want nobody to come and tell you that you full of shit. It's so much shit happening right now in the city of Milwaukee. Where are you? This is a conspicuous absence. Stop it, man. Stop it.
Yeah.
Like this is the shit. White people make you mad. Black people break your heart. NAACP, you breaking a lot of hearts. You phony.
All right. Well, why don't you tell us how you really feel?
Do something. Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
My mom said, get up off your ass.
Get off your yeah.
So look, man, I want y'all to know, man, it's Outlaw Radio on Thursday nights. If you just tuned into the show, I seen we had a lot of people tuned in tonight who had never seen the show.
I've seen that.
Holler at 3041 North.
Love.
Support DAMG Music ENT.
Yeah, man.
Holler at the Get Motivated, Get Healthy Facebook group with Miss Serena Brown. If you got a business or something that you want to promote, especially if it's Black owned, all you got to do is holler at me, man. I'm not trying to knock the stuffing out nobody's Egg McMuffin. Right. So it's not like I'm trying to charge you the world. I just want you all to understand that we got to be together, man. I always say that there's 3 S's that a Black person has to choose from: sovereignty, separatism, or solidarity. Right now, I don't think we're in a position to do sovereignty or separatism, so solidarity is the only one left. And if we don't invest in that, then ain't nothing happening, man. Ain't nothing happening. So we got to get together on that. Holler at your boy. If you want to come on, if you feel like I could do that, I got some shit to say.
Come on.
They ain't even say my comment, but you're welcome to come on the show.
Come on.
We got people who are want to come on the show. I got a lot of guests lined up over the next few months. We're going to upgrade some stuff here to make this thing more official, but just stick with us, man.
I see you.
And my brother Wayne said it seems as if the NAACP is letting other organizations lead the way. Well, I think they're devoid of leadership. I think the fact that you don't invest in the youth. See, anytime you play that good old boy network politics where it's the same some bitches all the time. And see, here in Milwaukee, we watched CYD and we watched SDC, and we've had a bunch of organizations that are supposed to fight for the people, but it just became a good old boy network with a lot of black gatekeepers who didn't pass the baton to qualified people. They passed it to related people.
Right.
And sometimes your cousin don't know sheep shit from wild honey. He's a good dude, but he shouldn't be put in a VIP position. He shouldn't be put in a CEO position.
Right.
He or she.
Right.
So,
but it ain't even always, that they're not leading. They don't even follow.
Right.
They're not there.
Right.
They're absent. Like, we haven't heard you give support
right
to anything.
I'll tell you this. Myself, I had a county resolution passed along with the leader from the Black Panthers here, King Rick. We had a county resolution passed for the county to change the underutilized park pavilions in the community restoration centers.
Right.
So we got a lot of press behind it.
Yeah.
And Fred Royal came out and said, well, that ain't what we should be focused on. He said we should be worried about whatever their agenda was. The same shit he named off today, which nobody gives a shit about and extending transportation and I'm like, bro, if you ain't ever talked to me, at least you could have reached out and said, well, okay, brother, y'all got this passed. Let me throw my support behind y'all. He wanted to critique it and criticize it without ever even having spoke to me. And see, that's where we're at, because it depends on who's putting the butter on your muffin.
But let's always take the time to go back and understand who we're dealing with. Right. And the NAACP wasn't started by black people.
No, it was not.
You see what I'm saying?
No, it was not.
And so it's been said, the best way to control a revolution is to become part of it.
Right.
You understand? So let's go back and look, and then it'll make sense why he would rather stick to his guns and do it his way, which is nothing,
right,
than to do something.
Right. Hey, explained as usual, right?
I'm just saying. Listen,
I'm hoping that they can fix
if you disagree, call in. I would love to talk to you, brother.
Right. Ooh, challenge. Look here, man. It's Thursday night, and I'm not gonna give y'all all of my good game. Right, I feel like we done laced y'all up enough tonight. It's Outlaw Radio, man. It's activity versus activism. Go back, watch the stream, share the live, subscribe to our YouTube page.
1. Yes,
please check out. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna keep putting it up until y'all watch it. It's called Black and White. It's Outlaw Radio, episode 1 of our series. It's on our YouTube page. Incredible job done by the brother Hatef.
Yes,
and he has his whole. They have. All of the credits are there.
God's son.
Yes, it was great, man.
Yes.
And I appreciate him for what he did for us. It gave us a great look.
More to come.
And it's very informative. If he said, are the mosquitoes out yet? Well, they're coming slowly but surely. But it's a great look, man. If you like Hidden Colors and you like all these kinds of docuseries and documentaries on race relations and what's going on in America, but this one is more specific to Milwaukee.
It is.
It is mostly about Milwaukee and what's going on, right?
If you watched the 53206 and you loved it and you went and seen it, listen.
Oh, yes.
You gotta check this out.
He's on the YouTube feed right now. He said, my brother's much love. And what's the name of your production company, brother? Because I couldn't, it was so much. I don't have it, and I'm out of order. Bad host.
Well, we trying to big up you,
right,
man.
Right.
Here's the thing.
So I want to make sure we get the name of his.
And we honored to do
company.
it, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and it's on his YouTube page as well. And there's a lot of views for it, man. But it's so. I watched it, and I'm not an emotional guy, and even though I'm a little biased because I'm on it. Sound Silhouette. That is the name of it,
man. I'm sorry.
Sound Silhouette, right? Yeah. Sound Silhouette, episode 1, Outlaw Radio, Black and White. Incredible. Now, what I don't want y'all to do is start watching and be like, man, who did this for them? I'm gonna try to call dude.
No.
Right, fall back, man. Fall back.
Listen, because that shit will happen.
Oh, I'm already knowing.
Look, I got 2 or 3 people who put that together for y'all.
Right.
Yeah. That cat is part of the team. Don't worry about all that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you want to invest, let's talk.
Piccolo player's a motherfucker. Just know that, right? So look, man, make sure y'all tune in Saturday night. He said you don't have any videos up yet. Well, he has our video up. It's under Sound Silhouette. Clearly Clever is one of our supporters. It's on our YouTube page. Clearly Clever. You know how to get to that. And thank God, this brother. I went to his page. That's the first one up. Yeah. It's us. So
for real talk.
Hey, man, So it's up there.
And we're gonna consolidate it. Like, you know, again, we I'm speak for myself. I'm still learning some of this shit.
It's gonna all come together like butt cheeks.
Hey,
right. So man,
without the smell.
Right. Well, you know, it might get a little funky in here. Right. Shout out to Coop.
What up, Coop?
My
Where you
sister
at?
will be back. Make sure y'all tune in Saturday night. My brother L.A. Loran Allison will be here with us. We're gonna talk about some community stuff. Common unity. The word community.
Community.
Can't have unity if you don't have a community.
Listen, think about it, right?
So we're gonna have a good time with that Saturday night. I just want to tell everybody, if you keep getting caught up in what should be and what I could have done, what I should have done, and if was that, if was this, I tell you all the time, like I tell my players when I coach football, I tell them all the time, if my auntie had balls, she'd have been my uncle. I see y'all Saturday night.
I met her.
Don't tell nobody about that. We out, y'all.
Peace.